There are in world ufological literature several alien entities that are mentioned by countless witnesses in countless cases of experiences that have been studied by ufologists around the world for decades. So, because of this, researchers and scientists of the UFO phenomenon created several classes of extraterrestrial beings that have been visiting us for millennia. Greys are supposed to be humanoid extraterrestrial beings who receive their name due to the color of their skin. Around half of all reported sightings, mainly in the United States, these beings are described as gray extraterrestrials. The origin of the Greys is commonly associated with the Roswell case, and also with the claim of the abduction of the American couple Beth and Barney Hill in 1961, who were taken by these beings to the interior of their spaceship for conversations. Also called Roswell brace, these beings are studied in the field of ufology and exobiology, but have never been captured or officially cited. Furthermore, the collection of information about such beings comes from the most varied sources, including ufologists, abductees, contractors, informants, hypnotized people, mediums, psychophony, psychography, among many others. According to ufology, Gregs are extraterrestrial beings whose main characteristics are varying heights, something like 1.30 m to 1.5 m in height when we refer to short Gregs, which are responsible for most reports of abductions, and 2 meters to 2.5 meters high in the case of tall Greys, these being the ones who supervise such abductions. In both cases, the colors of their holidays vary between gray and almond-shaped, with large black eyes, a thin mouth and minimal nostrils, a disproportionately small and stunted body in relation to the size of the head, and hands like claws with 3 or 4 fingers. The Greys would come from the binary solar system Zeta Reticuli 1 and 2, both stars in the constellation Reticulum, where the planet Serpo of the eBay civilization is located. Greys are commonly described by people around the world, in cases of abductions, as cold beings that perform tests on abducted people, such as collecting biological material, blood, semen, mucus, or even sexual experiences, as well as collecting on our planet minerals, plants, and animals, possibly for study and experiment purposes.
Yes.
Officially, science does not recognize the existence of such beings, nor do world governments, since science tends to view ufology claims with absolute skepticism. Evidence that this species is active on Earth, in addition, of course, to sightings, are the countless cases of human abductions and cases of cattle mutilations. When talking about intelligent life outside the Earth, there is a great divergence of opinions, because there are those who understand that it is impossible for there to be intelligent life outside our planet. Others understand that it may exist, but that such life could not reach here due to the great distances within the universe. And finally, there are those who believe that they exist and that they can, indeed, reach our planet with their ships. Cases around the world about the appearances of these beings are generally refuted by science, equating these types of beings with mythological beings existing only in people's imagination. However, people all over the world describe relative experiences, and many even need psychological help to overcome the trauma they describe in hypothetical contact with these beings. Like the other supposed extraterrestrial races, they are considered by some Christian groups to be angelic spirits, the so-called fallen angels, composing different groups or powers, where equals are grouped in the same groups, in this case, the group of gray aliens. In reality, according to these Christian groups, they are real spirits who, disguised as the mythological nature of the Grace, are committed to the dissemination of esoteric indoctrination linked to the new era, with doctrinal elements antagonistic and contrary to the teachings of Jesus Christ, presented in the four evangelicals of the New Testament. But its real appearance and true end goal is completely opposite to what is presented. According to what is widely disseminated in both scientific and esoteric ufology, which may involve channeling, psychography, and even incorporation with ET entities themselves, the objective of the Greys would be to merge their genetics with ours, to produce improved bodies for themselves. In cases where the victim is a woman, we would have an example where she would be fertilized with the Grey seed. After a few months of gestation, no more than 4 months, the fetus is removed by the ETs and the pregnancy suddenly ends. There are supposed cases in which the woman is made to meet the hybrid she helped to generate. Similar cases also involve men who are encouraged to have sexual relations with her as women. This all implies the Grey hybridization program, as mentioned above, in which they seek to mix our DNA with theirs. With this, they aim to develop more perfected bodies for themselves, which can reproduce and suffer sensations and emotions, characteristics that seem to have been lost a long time ago. Z Reticule 1 and 2, the star map of the solar system of the planet Serpo. The Sun stars Z Reticule 1 in the center and Z Reticule 2 below on the right, which would be the place of origin of the Grey extraterrestrials who abducted the North American couple Barney and Betty Hill in 1961. Drawing made by abductee Betty Hill under hypnotic induction. Drawing by Marjorie Fish, based on her investigations of Beth Hill's stellar drawing, showing the relative positions of Zeta Reticuli and our own sun, Helios. Computer representation of Beth Hill's drawing of the star system and photo of the two single stars Z Reticule 1 and 2. Final map by Marjorie Fish indicating the identified stars. Comparison between Beth Hill's map and Marjorie Fish's in a final computer-modeled map. All three are very similar.